I forgot about GreenBolt Freeze. Alright. So now we have probably the...
right?
Well, I believe we have the 2 top seeds of the pool matching into each other. I suppose. Although I guess at this point, I don't know. We'll see. It's gonna be really interesting to watch these 2 fight.
So you can hear me.
Yeah, they can.
They can hear. Hey, dash attack.
I can hear you down here. I know you can't hear me, but I can hear you. I can hear somebody coming downstairs. That'll be a Chazborn. Alright, now Mr. Freeze just gotta stick around for GreenBolt to come on upstairs, and we got Chazborn coming down. I don't know if he's gonna go to the basement or what, but maybe he'll come over here into the comms couch. Maybe we'll have a little chat, you know. I'd certainly love to hear what he's thinking. It's always nice to see Chazborn coming around, you know.
Is this a
Very kind man. Okay, I hear a lot of movement coming from around that corner. But for now, we've got another set coming up. We've got Mr. Freeze versus GreenBolt, as I've mentioned before.
Who am I playing?
I can hear a lot of them going upstairs at this point. Otherwise, after that, we've got me versus Chazborn.
I need a worthy adversary.
Pool 2,
Let's
which I
go.
believe consists of Masku, aka Justin, for those who
so
know him.
we're playing round robin?
We
in
got
pools? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Jayzea, we got Bonus,
I
and we got
lost.
Imago.
And you didn't.
That is the plan for that pool. That's supposed to start around 2 o'clock. It's currently 1:20. We got 2 more matches to
Yeah,
go.
we could just go there. Every game.
Okay, I would be surprised if we didn't start off with PS2. I know that Mr. Freeze really seems to like going to PS2. He believes, as he would say, it's a rather even stage for most characters. I feel like that's not always consistently true, but for a lot of characters, I feel like it is very middling. Like for example, you don't want to take a Mario there, you know, but you might take, say, Ike versus Link might go there, as we saw earlier. You know, I don't mind going there. That's pretty even, I believe, for the 2 of us. Granted, I do have a little bit more space to run away with projectiles.
Hey,
which
you
is
know
something
I
that
hate
enjoy.
Terry. No, I'm just kidding, bro. All right.
Okay, so I'm interested if we're gonna see the Terry. I feel like he's just trying to like feel him out a little bit with the Terry. And I know GreenBolt has been saying like, I'm gonna drop the Terry. I'm gonna just work on Yoshi and Sora. But then it became, I'm gonna, you know, play Terry if I don't really want to like have to focus too hard if people are like in my face, you know. So let's just see how it goes, you know. Because this might not end super well for him. Because Mr. Freeze is a very experienced player, you know. PR'd back in Smash 4 at a time. Yep, and that might be dead. Yeah. And a very quick first stock for Mr. Freeze. It's only been about 30 seconds. And GreenBolt taking his time on the respawn platform at this point, too. There's another Nair back air. Already very quickly at 40, and he almost had the tech chase with the Nair once again, but not quite. GreenBolt really trying to challenge it, but I don't think Terry was the great choice. I mean, I feel like of all his characters, you know, others definitely do a little better. And that's one of the first times I feel like I've seen Mr. Freeze ever counter a landing counter. Okay, but, you know, he takes the stock back, but he's still at about 83%, so he's got to see if he can, you know, make some of that extra credit before he loses his stock, because he might very well lose his stock here if he's not careful. He's probably dead? Yeah. Very good timing, as always, with Mr. Freeze. Now GreenBolt's got to find some way to fill up the deficit, you know. I know that GreenBolt never got a chance to play Mr. Freeze, at least, so this is maybe, like, just a test run. You know, I would love to see the Ike versus the Yoshi. I want to see how that goes down. Now, I know Terry. Oh. Okay. Well, you know, maybe things will. Okay. This is a little scary here. There's a lot of the tech chase going on. I see a lot of like bread and butter into tech chase, bread and butter. You know, it's really working out for Mr. Freeze. Now GreenBolt's got to see if he can get his hands on him. You know. And it's relatively even. Oh, but GreenBolt has immediately lost stage control. But a good patience on that spot dodge. Not quite immediately acting out of shield, but instead waiting with a down tilt. Okay, and now it is about 100 to 100. It's anyone's game. Okay. That was a good run-up grab from Mr. Freeze. Oh, and that's gonna be dead. Game 1 goes to Mr. Freeze. Ooh, man, the talent that comes here, I gotta say. Our top 8 is so talented. There's a lot of really, really good players here at Central that I'm so glad to see making some moves out at locals,
Ooh.
and even just between each other.
The music counterpick.
The music counterpick? Oh yeah. This is GreenBolt's power-up, certainly. Alright, does he go Yoshi? Does he commit and go Yoshi? No! Surprisingly enough, no, he doesn't go Terry. I mean, he goes Terry instead of Yoshi. Huh. That's certainly very interesting. Okay. Immediate side B. He seems to start off with that a lot. I believe I've seen it a couple times in my set, a couple times in some of the other sets he's played. Okay, no. He's just going to want a careful ledge trap situation. He's going to want to keep note of the fact that he spot dodged that ledge as well, too. That was really good SDI as well. He definitely knows a bit of the counterplay. So now GreenBolt will probably be mixing up some of his options, you know, out of a down tilt or a jab. Okay. It's very scary, that Ike ledge trap. He's in the air and you feel like you can only cover so much, but, you know, that is, oh, that should have, that was very close to killing. Oh, yep. Catching the SDI in by instead swapping to the rising tackle instead of the power gun. Very smart. Now waiting at the ledge. Unfortunately, slightly too slow. Oh my god, that was close. If that for some reason ever hit, oh what the? If that for some reason ever hits below ledge, I would be concerned. Now GreenBolt, now that he's got his Terry go meter, he's going to be very, yeah, I was about to say he's going to be very patient, waiting for an opening with that Buster Wolf, trying to catch a landing, like he just did there. I figured he would catch a landing with, say, a down tilt and try to combo it, but that's a bit safer. Okay, so this is not dead, but this is definitely going a little bit more GreenBolt's speed. Okay, and he just calls out right immediately with that up B anyways. He's going to be in the air. And that should be dead. Yes, I was about to say, there's no way he survived that. Now, Mr.Freeze really needs to make something happen if he wants to get rid of this go meter. I feel like it's the only chance he has to win this game is if he can just... Oh, this should be dead, right? Yeah. He just has to react to the Terry up B. Like, let's go, you know. I think I can hear people downstairs, like, either something cool happened in the game or they're reacting to the timing of the neutral B at ledge. Okay, so now GreenBolt's really got something going. Mr.Freeze definitely not down for the count, though. Both of these players very patient, very methodical, very careful. You know, I just think at this point, GreenBolt seems to have made some really good adaptations, and now we really got to see if Game 3, because I'm very close to assuming that this game is over. I mean, it's not quite over. You never really can say it's over until, like, it says game. But I gotta say, I mean, it's gonna be very tough to close this one out if you're Mr.Freeze. Oh my gosh. He should have just F-smashed. The auto turnaround coming in clutch. Is that actually gonna kill? And it will.
Alright, run it back with
Yeah,
All
same
right.
stage, yeah.
Yep, and they're gonna run it back. We are not sponsored by Monster. Okay, so let's see. Does GreenBolt stick with the Terry? I have a feeling he might after Game 3.
no idea.
You know, I mean, after the way Game 2 went. Yep, right to Terry.
Well, alright, man.
Huh. Yeah, I feel like, especially in this matchup, I feel like, I don't know. I didn't think Terry was the play, mostly because I feel like Terry does... Most of the FGCs don't do super well against swords. I know Terry does better because of things like intangible limbs and crack shoot, but I just felt like with so much range, you know, you could kind of just space him out. Mr.Freeze at least hasn't seemed to discover that quite yet. But we have a Game 3 situation, which has happened in most of our sets so far. Not quite all of them, but most of them. It's really, really nice to see like so much good talent, like I was saying before. I mean, is that dead? That is dead. Okay, stock 1, GreenBolt. But it's still not necessarily over for him, he just needs to... Oh my gosh! He should have let it swing. He should have let it swing. I think he wanted to. That was a really good catch of the landing as well. I think he dropped shield immediately after that as well. STI? Okay. He was already inside him for the most part, so I would have been STIing him. But at the same time, I feel like if I were GreenBolt, I wouldn't have probably figured, oh, like that's probably not even gonna hit, you know? So I'll just go for the up B. You know? A little bit of spaghetti there. Okay, but at this point it's 2 stocks to 2 stocks. We got Mr.Freeze at about 130, 140%, trying to make something happen. GreenBolt just being really patient, you know, very close. Got to be really careful with your burst options in that situation, though. Like he was definitely going for a burst option that would lead to a kill. Didn't quite pan out for him, and neither did that up air for Mr.Freeze. Oh man, the kill options are just flying around too. Oh, that might be dead. Yeah. Definitely gotta try to SDI those out, but it's a little harder, I feel, to SDI out of the, oh my god, I thought that had armor. Or does it only have armor on the fully charged? It might only. Okay, good waiting. I'm surprised Mr.Freeze has done so many of those counters. He never seems to do it against anyone else, and he's got his landing pot a couple times for it as well. But I feel like most often players are trying to catch Ike in the air compared to his landing, because his landing is super safe and he's got a lot of space that he can control with that nair, with that fair, you know. I'm so surprised he didn't just F-tilt there. The landing F-tilt, I think it might have hit. But he usually goes for that, and... Ooh,
Games, man.
and that is going to take it. And GreenBolt wins Game 3.
Yo, I didn't realize you could air dodge to the ground and have no lag in this game.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Even neutral air dodge. You like regular directional air dodge, like in melee, you have more lag.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, that's a good tip to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr.Freeze
Also,
learning a
I'm
little
sure
bit more about
you
Ultimate
can
as well.
commercialize.